We're coming to you live from the Mittah Seperepere Convention Centre in Kimberley in the Northern Cape, where the National Science Week 2019 will be launched by the Minister of Higher Education, Science and Innovation, Dr. Blade Nzimande. Well, this will be in partnership with the Northern Cape Basic Education Department, the South African Agency for Science and Technology Advancement, and the Sol Plaatje University. And for more on this, we are joined by Professor Yunus Ballim, who is the Vice-Chancellor of Sol Plaatje University. A very good morning to you and welcome.
And good morning to you and good morning to your viewers.
Sol Plaatje being a fairly new university, what does it mean for you to be part of this event or to be hosts of the National Science Week?
It's a very significant event for us. Remember, we are the first university in the Northern Cape. But really, we are the first truly South African university since we were established after 1994. We're only 6 years old. And the fact that we, as a university, are recognized as competent to host an event such as this is a mark that we're reaching maturity. We may still be a university in our short pants, but we're starting to learn to walk. Yeah. Thank you.
Teething stages there, and being 6 years and already you have won an International Architecture Award at the International Architecture Awards. What makes this particular building of the university's Library and Resource Centre stand out?
Yeah. Well, we've paid, in developing the university and developing the new infrastructure for the university, we've paid a lot of attention to creating a sense of place in our university. But also the idea that if Kimberley is going to be an exciting future city, exciting cities have beautiful buildings that bring aesthetic and artistic presence into the city and make it publicly accessible. So, for example, a lot of the Northern Cape heritage is written into the architecture of our buildings. We've tried hard to make sure that the buildings blend in with the narrative of the Northern Cape. We've tried to make sure that we're environmentally sustainable in the way we structure our buildings. The reason that our library, two of our buildings have received a number of attention, much attention. Our library particularly won the Fulton Award in 2017, which was for excellence in the use of concrete. In 2018, we won the Civil Engineering South Africa Design Award for civil engineering design. And this year we won an International Architecture Award for the architectural design of the structure. But one of our residence and academic buildings, Morocco Hall, also won a special commendation at the World Architecture Awards in Germany last year, where we were one of 14 international university and research structures that were presented for award. So we think we're getting it right. We spent about 1.5 billion rand on new infrastructure in Kimberley. That project is going on, and that is really thanks to investment by government. And we hope we're spending the money correctly, but we certainly are doing well with infrastructure. And we're hoping that this will become a trend in Kimberley in the Northern Cape for beautiful buildings to be the norm.
Indeed, and it seems like infrastructure has been the focal point insofar as design, and I understand that some of the designs have been made in line with the Northern Cape's semi-arid climatic conditions. So how does this particular design play into in today's theme, which is facing the harsh realities of climate change?
Yes. So one of the things we've done, for example, is to ensure that we're able to use energy very conservatively. This is a region that is extremely cold in winter and then extremely hot in summer. So what we've done is we've used underground sumps as heat sinks and heat generators. And so we don't use as much energy to warm our spaces or cool our spaces. We've made sure that all rooms, all lecture facilities have natural light access. So we don't put on the lights unnecessarily. We will, as cost becomes more realistic, be looking to solar energy, water heating, and of course solar electricity. And our buildings are designed to incorporate those kind of technologies. So we've been very good at that. Yeah.
Professor, there's so many interesting things about the Sol Plaatje University. Take us through the role of this university in this province.
Okay. So I mean, while we spent a lot of time on buildings, buildings don't make a university. It's the people and the intellectual capacity that make a university. The buildings are nice, you need it, just because you have to have some place to stand. The idea of a university in the Northern Cape was mooted a long time ago. In fact, in the Minister Nzimande's era, it was formally implemented. But it was then thought, it was difficult to make the argument. However, we felt very strongly that a region like the Northern Cape needs and deserves an intellectually charged institution that focuses its mind on the unique problems, but also the unique opportunities of the Northern Cape. This is a Cape, a province where people live hard lives, a large proportion of unemployment. Just as a statistic, a number of children in the province will die thanks to malnutrition. Now, if we don't bring intellectual capacity to try to resolve those problems, or at least to contribute to the solutions, then we're failing as a society, not as family, not as individuals. Yeah.
I understand that enrollment is now standing at 2,000. So any plans of adding more students or maybe expansion perhaps?
Yeah. Well, we started this university in 2014, was the first academic year. I started with 124 students. We are now at 2,000. And the intention is to get to around 8,000 students by 2025, which, just to put it into context, will be about the size of a Rhodes University. So this will always be a small university. It's never going to be a large university. But we do feel that we want to focus on the intellectual needs and opportunities of the Northern Cape. Yeah.
Professor, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Welcome.
That is Professor Yunus Ballim. He is the Vice-Chancellor of the Sol Plaatje University, just sharing with us about some of the buildings, the architectural buildings, architectural gem, the university that is, and in line with today's theme of facing the harsh realities of climate change at this year's launch of the National Science Week. This is Morning Live. We'll have more in a moment.